Hey, movie fans! Pretty excited to tell you guys about The Batman, this movie that just came out a couple weekends ago. I saw it twice, and man, I really, really enjoyed this movie. Leading up to it, I was kind of worried about its runtime, 3 hours long. Kind of worried about how dark it was gonna be. The trailers were showing some stuff. Kind of worried how they were going to use Catwoman in the storyline. So many things. I am a big Batman fan, huge Batman fan. Love Batman. And yeah, also I was a little worried about Robert Pattinson being cast as the Batman. Although seeing him in Tenet did get me feeling like, okay, I can see it. But I do just have to tell you, man, oh, I loved it. I thought this movie was great. Really, really wonderful, really spectacular. So I'm hoping I can tell you some things about it without spoiling anything for you. So no spoilers. So we can just let you know and share some thoughts and feelings that way without giving anything away about the Batman.
The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
So let's start with the darkness. It's definitely dark. That's just really part of a true Batman character. And it is dark and it does have some pretty intense violence to it. Really, the PG-13 rating is a good measure to go by. Although the second time I saw it, there were tons of little kids like running all over. But we didn't feel like that with our children. Our teenagers were totally fine with them watching it and felt like they did well with it. But pretty dark, can be even a little bit scary because of how intense it is and some of the intense violence that it brought. But yeah, not for little kids in my opinion. Also with the runtime, the 3 hour runtime, that's just not good for little kids. The showing we were in, there's some kids that they were just up and down, out and back in from their seats, and yeah, so just not really ideal that way. It is more of a mature Batman story. I mean, I think kids would love seeing Batman do the Batman thing, but this 3 hour story, it just really tells an incredible story, but it would be harder for little attention spans, I think. So, but let's talk about that because, like I said, the runtime was a little bit of a concern, but wow, something amazing about this movie was that it tells one story. Like Batman is working on one case. And I just love that. Like it doesn't stop and start over or try to tell you, oh, here's this lady. We already know she's Catwoman. We can all tell that. It doesn't try to stop the story of what Batman's doing to tell you who she is.
You got a lot of cats.
Never think about strays.
Here's the Penguin, which, by the way, how on earth is that Colin Farrell? I have no idea. Mind blowing.
I got you! I got you! Take that, you friggin' psycho! I got you!
Kind of also like how Carmine Falcone is played by Can I Touch Your Feet from Mr. Deeds, right? Like all the comedy he's done, but he played a great Falcone. But back to my point, the story just tells the story and it doesn't have these diversions and it doesn't stop. It just tells that story and it really does justice to the intensity of the Riddler and what he's doing and how tough it is. So that was really, really cool for me. And that being said, made Catwoman work out so well. Catwoman in this movie is really just part of that story and an essential part of that story. And so it didn't feel like they had to figure out how to tie her in or to use her. She just was part of the story and it moved along great. So I didn't have any problem with the 3 hour runtime. It just felt like, yes, Batman. And yeah, there's a lot to it. There's great action, like great, awesome Batman action, and great, Batman case solving detective work, right? But that being said, this is a young Batman. This is a young Batman, and he is still figuring things out. He's not perfect at it, and he does not have superpowers. And so I like the realism of Batman in that way that you really see come out in this portrayal of him, which then leads me to Robert Pattinson. Oh, oh, seriously, I was like, that guy, I mean, I think when he was cast as Cedric Diggory, we were all kind of like, oh, really? And then he was cast as Edward for Twilight. I was like, oh, okay. Then I hear that he's announced as the Batman. Like, wait, what? Like, but holy cow. I love Robert Pattinson as the Batman. The suit, the cowl, his jawline, I mean, aesthetically speaking, like phenotypically, I can say that he's the best Batman we've ever had. Like, I love the look of Batman that he brings. Like, to me, so perfect. So perfect. And I really feel like this director, Matt Reeves, is a fan. It just felt like he loved Batman. He loves Batman, and this movie just shows that love of this character of Batman. And I wondered too, I had some Arkham Asylum, Arkham City vibes throughout it sometimes. Like, did he play those games as like research, or maybe he's just a fan and he played the games anyway? But I could just kind of got that vibe a little bit from it, and the look, I mean, just so good. So totally applause Robert Pattinson for his job as Batman. There might be some criticism out there for his role as Bruce Wayne, but my argument to that is this movie's not really about Bruce Wayne. Again, young Batman, I don't think he knows who Bruce Wayne is yet. So not really developed to that persona. But he is the Batman, and he is kicking butt, and he is figuring some things out. And so it's cool to see that even though we're starting this story in year 2, there's great character development and progress and growth that Batman has to go through as he's doing all he can to try to stop the Riddler. So anyways, great movie. Loved it. It's done really well. It's box office, I mean, for what we've been seeing, 245 million domestically, over 470 worldwide. That's awesome. And its reviews are really good too. 85% from the critics, 88% score from the audience. So there you go. Dark, gritty action, and just awesome Batman-ness that I totally appreciated. It was so cool. Can't wait to see it again. Thanks for checking this out, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe out there. Hope you have a good one.